ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another match on the farewell tour of Olivia Goncalves. If you don't know this voice, my name is Sebastian Michaels, and we are coming to you live from, of course, the one and only, the home of the Devils. And tonight, coming off the backs of the last match with Tesla Vendetta, Olivia sets out to face another challenger in the one and only, the Cotton Candy Cobra, and Marcela Ferreira. But of course, coming down to the ring in a bit of an unusual twist of fate here is Olivia, and she might have something to say about the matchup here tonight. The worldwide celebrity herself has gone on a tear since winning that championship, beating the likes of Akira Brakel, beating the likes of Tesla Vendetta, and beating the likes of Helena Rose. And of course, I don't think Olivia is going to stop here tonight, as you can just see that paparazzi taking the pictures of her as she goes. And just to see the evolution of Olivia Goncalves throughout time is night and day, finally developing who she's supposed to be in this industry is this young lady. And she's proved to not only be a formidable foe, but to have also had the leadership abilities to form the Devil over time. She's definitely one of the top female performers, maybe of all time at this point. And tonight is going to prove no different. I don't think Marcela can do it, honestly. And that's no shade against Marcela, as she is a former champion in her own right. But when it comes to big match experience, especially when it comes to the top championship in a company, Marcela's never had that opportunity at the brass ring. She's never had that analytical experience to kind of carry her through. But let's see what Olivia has to say before this matchup begins.
Well, Marcela, I gave you almost a month to either accept or decline my offer to face you for my PWR World Championship. And just as I expected, no answer. And you know, I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. You see, Marcela, you proved to me that you were exactly what I thought you always were. Nothing more but a runt bitch, a lot of bark, and no bite. But being the respectful celebrity that I am, let us all have a moment of silence for the long, decent career of Marcela Ferreira. Okay, enough of that. Well, I see that Marcela has wasted all of her times long enough. So, you guys don't have to go home, but you're sure have to get the hell out of here. So, you can all start by standing up, getting into a single file line, and proceeding to your nearest exit. That means you too, Grandma. And take whatever hideous sweater that is and send it back to the flea market where you got it. Okay, bye! Thank you all for coming out to see me.
And it seems like we finally have that response coming in, as Marcela finally interrupting Olivia as she's just disrespecting the audience here tonight. Disrespecting her, moreover. And to me, Marcela's never really hit the top of the mountain like she's deserved. She's never had the same opportunity as women like Olivia. And now finally she's getting that one opportunity she needs in order to prove that she's somebody in this industry. Marcela needs this match, whether anybody wants to accept it or deny it. But let's see what she has to say.
Hey Olivia. What the celebrity you have become. But you don't really think that all these people showed up here tonight to see you, do you? I mean, I get it. This is your tour. Your name is on the building. Your name is on the poster. Your name is on the flyers. But did you not see how quickly every single person in this arena popped up out of their seats the moment they thought I wasn't going to be here? It's cute. Adorable. Really, it is. But Olivia, while you've been talking the talk your entire career, claiming to be some sort of international celebrity, I've been walking the walk. Before you, I was gracing all the red carpets. I was in the most premier Hollywood films, and I was on cover after cover of the hottest magazines. But you know what? Be my guest. Go ahead and give Beyonce a call after a match tonight and cry to her about how embarrassed you are that you lost your title to me. But there's one thing I can assure you. She won't be picking up. Because there's one thing out of many that me and Beyonce have in common. Is that you are our number one fan.
That.
I hope that you're prepared tonight for what's coming. And you better have prepared a pen and paper because I'd be more than glad to sign your autograph tonight.
You know what, Marcela? Usually, I would have a witty comeback for whatever worthless monologue you just spewed out for us. But since you took your sweet time crawling out of whatever rundown shack you've been hiding in for the past few months, I'm just gonna let me beating you do all the talking. So, let's get a wreck down here so I can send this brittle bone bitch back to the retirement home in time for supper.
Well, I guess this match is now, I guess you can say, officially official. As both women staring each other down, as we can see the referee coming down to ringside. Both women looking to put on a classic here tonight. Marcela versus Olivia, one-on-one for the PWR World Championship. This is going to be probably one of the most underrated matches in the history of this championship. Marcela needs this win tonight. But so does Olivia. Olivia needs to solidify her legacy. And what better way than taking on decorated performers like Marcela? Now, Marcela's come a long ways from her day in TKS. But Olivia has also, both women, similar paths, similar trajectories. Both women in the spotlight, in the movies, in cinemas, throughout the world. Both women need this win. Both women need to solidify their legacy in this industry. And you can see that beautiful silver championship being hoisted above the referee's head. Both women ready to go. Referee's got the bell and he's rung it. The bell has rung. Marcela and Olivia, both women haven't even lost track of one another. This is personal, as you have them both trying to see where they can get the angle at. Collar elbow tie up here. Collar elbow tie up. And Olivia kicking her down almost immediately. But you have to wonder how Olivia is doing with that leg after the Tesla Vendetta match as well. Maybe that's an angle that Marcela can exploit. And now Olivia again outsmarting Marcela. Marcela needs to figure out what she can do in this matchup. And Olivia trying it again. Marcela seeing it coming. Going under now with Olivia. Olivia soul kick missed. And now Marcela trying soul kick connected that time. Olivia Clothesline missed. Soul kick of her own by Marcela. Marcela, German suplex. Trying for something there. Olivia getting out of it. Bouncing off the ropes is Olivia. Huge! Spike Hurricanrana onto the ground. Cover. 1, 2. And a kick out there. Olivia and Marcela, two very similar paths. One very similar goal, and that is to be called a champion. That's to solidify their legacy in this matchup. But Marcela, I feel, does need this match more than Olivia. Is now powerbomb position here. And Olivia with the counter with the Hurricanrana. Hurricanrana to the outside. Marcela, desperate straights. Here we go. Olivia looking to dive. Here we go. Wait. Caught and flipped over. Landing right on the back. Caught with that belly to back suplex. And that is just that power of Marcela coming into play. That's going to be a very key factor in this matchup. Not only that, but you also have to look out for Marcela's aerial ability. As now into the cover we go. 1, 2. And a kick out there. And let's just get a replay of that one more time. As Olivia tried to take to the sky and just got countered. Now let's take it back to the ring as Marcela now, that abdominal stretch applied. Working on that back now. That's very key. You can stop a lot of moves in Olivia's offense if you get the back taken out early. Especially that devil's roll call. But of course, Marcela just needs to keep it locked in. And now, Marcela with the clothesline. Into the cover. 2. And a kick out. Kick out there from Olivia. And now Marcela has her up. Marcela's got her. Into the corner we go. And now, Marcela! Shoulder tackle into the corner and again, but Olivia countering her with the knee. Olivia now has her, just those fists flying, those knees now, and now just choking her. And now shoot! Drop kick to the abdomen. Into the cover we go, Olivia. 1, 2, and a kick out. Kick out there for Marcela. Now Marcela needs to figure out what to do with Olivia. Driving the knees into the jawline of Marcela. Here we go. 3 knees to the face, to the jaw of Marcela. And this match is only just beginning. Both women looking to go to vicious extents to prove a point. Is Olivia. The kicks to the face. And now going for the huge roundhouse again. Ooh. Double knees to the abdomen. Olivia bouncing off with the Meteora. And the Meteora into the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out there by Marcela. Olivia turning her over. I think she's trying to call for this match early. Trying to get her up. And Marcela getting out of it. Marcela now getting countered there. Olivia trying to go for something now. Corner into the roundhouse kick from the Gamengiri position. Now Olivia. Huge springboard 450. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Marcela kicking out of that 450. And Olivia is in disbelief. Gamengiri into that 450. Both patented maneuvers for Olivia. And just the height on that. Very well executed. Very well executed there. And just to get a 2 count off of that. And let's just talk about these two women's history. This is the first time ever that they are facing off. The first time, and both women just have each other scouted so well. And that is going to be a weakness in this matchup. Olivia's frustration. If you can frustrate Olivia to the point where she starts to lose her mind, then the psychological edge in this matchup can very well shift. As now has that beautiful Cobra clutch locked in. And you can just tell the bad blood in this matchup. Olivia, the student of Tiffany Arrow, and Marcela, Tiffany Arrow's former tag team partner. This match just very, very vicious. And you have to wonder how Marcela is doing after the last PWR match that she was in. She got injured thanks to Olivia's squad. You have to wonder how she's doing. But Marcela showing what she's made of. And now Marcela, super kick, caught, super kick to net. Marcela now has her huge knee to the jawline. Now Olivia going to take a ride as that flatliner connects into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out there. That flatliner connecting huge from Marcela there. That could have been very well it. And now has her up, dropping her down with that maneuver there. Just now has her just kicking the gut. Now Marcela now bouncing off the ropes. Got huge double knees to the back. Into the cover now. 1, 2, and a kick out. Olivia in desperate straits. As now Marcela just stalking her prey. Olivia trying to find some escape. And now... Wait a minute. Olivia, what she got set up here? Olivia in desperate straits. Getting out of it! As just... Wow! That's huge! Sunset flip bomb onto the apron. Marcela, her back taking the full impact of that. Let's take a look one more time at that as Marcela still not recovered, and it seemed like Marcela going for one of her patent maneuvers there and just getting countered. Just countered onto that apron.
5.
And it just, Marcela is still
6.
out. This match may very well be over. Marcela trying to recover, trying to figure out what to do, and Olivia just screaming at her, telling her to give up. Marcela's up, and 9 count, but that's huge. Patented boot to the face. This match just needs to end if this can keep going like this. And now Olivia's got her. How much more can Marcela take? As now she's just on the ground. Olivia, oh my God. This is also very patented for Olivia, just stomping her head into the ground. How much more can Marcela take? How much more can she take to become the world champion? To get the opportunity that's eluded her whole career? And a kick out there. Marcela needs this matchup. She needs this moment. But how much more can she take? No, those patented kicks of Olivia. But Marcela ducking it. Going for the super kick again. Countered into the ankle lock. Ankle lock countered there. Into. From that super kick to the ankle lock, mind you. Excuse me. There's now Olivia trying to tear apart that ankle from that event. The catch by the crown event. And now pulling that ankle lock in deeper. How much more can Marcela take?
Do you give up?
Marcela just needs to submit right here. You've done your best. This is not worth shortening your career even further. As now, Olivia! Oh, no! Marcela deep in that submission, deep. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. Marcela's got to figure out what she can do to get out of this hole. And now she's just tearing apart that Achilles tendon. Tearing apart that leg. This is what took her out in that matchup against the Squad. This is what took her out. She needs to figure out a way to get the win here tonight. She needs to redeem herself after that catch for the crown event. She's gotta figure it out. And now Marcela out of it. That leg must be torn up, and now Marcela trying to find her way back in this matchup. Both of those maneuvers there. Marcela now in that turnbuckle. Here we go. Shades of Olivia early in the match. And now going around with another flatliner. And Marcela trying to get the momentum. And Marcela, you can tell this is far from over. The heart of Marcela Ferreira. As now going to the top is Marcela. She needs this matchup, and now to the top we go. Olivia cutting her off, though, right to the bad leg again. As now Olivia to the top. And we're going to hell and back. As now Olivia looking for a superplex. Marcela fighting. Marcela pushing her off. Olivia landing on her feet. Forcing to go to the second rope. Marcela trying to go for a sunset flip, getting it. Trying to go for a power bomb, but getting caught into a power bomb for no cover. 2 and a kick out. The sunset flip bomb counter by Olivia, and you have to wonder how much more can she take. And now Olivia maybe setting up for what we think is gonna happen. The Devil's Flight. She's calling for it. Prime position here. Devil's Flight. Here we go. Double knees up, but you have to wonder how much that took out of Marcela's leg. Marcela. Huge. Huge drop kick to the face there. That sick kick. As you can say, is now Marcela turning her over. I don't know how wise this is, but the power game of Marcela has her up in the military press. This is a patented move by Marcela. And now it's got her down. And now huge moonsault. Using the rope for momentum. 2. And a kick out. Late 2 count by Marcela. Let's just get a replay one more time of just this beautiful drop kick to the face. A sick kick right to the jawline of Olivia. And Marcela wasn't done after that, and she executed this military press. Just, you have to wonder how she managed to even hoist her up. She just dropped her here. And just that beautiful moonsault afterwards. Wow. 2. Marcela needs this, pulling out all the stops in this matchup. She needs this more than anybody I've ever seen. Marcela needs to prove something in this matchup. Got her from the pump handle position. They got caught with the Devil's Roll Call. Devil's Roll Call out of nowhere. And maybe, just maybe, Olivia looking to put the exclamation point in this matchup. As now heading to the top rope. Marcela in trouble. That Devil's Roll Call, or the Captain's Roll Call, mind you, mixed in now while we're taking a flight into the Devil's Flight. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And Marcela did her best, but it just wasn't enough in this matchup. Marcela did her best, but what can you really do? when your knee is practically taken out. And you can tell Marcela had it at this point, but just that captain's roll call. Just taking the wind out of her sails, as you can say. And then right into the devil's flight. There's no coming back from that. No person had ever kicked out of those moves in succession. And just Marcela gave it her all tonight. Marcela, one of the most underrated performers in this industry today, tried to prove her worth in this matchup. Tried to prove that she's world champion material. Tried to prove that she should stop being underestimated, but Marcela can only do so much, especially with one good leg. As Olivia continues to hoist Pretty Platinum over her shoulder. And just the face of Marcela, you know, she did her best here tonight, taking a bow. We don't know when we'll see Marcela next, but